October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this weekend we share a story with an important reminder for yourself or your loved ones. The state health department reports that there are about 4,800 new cases of breast cancer diagnosed among women each year in Minnesota. One of those people is an employee of General Mills in Golden Valley. Delaney Cleveland has her story and the message she wants to share.
Did you already do some stuff at home, didn't you?
At mHealth Fairview Cancer Center in Edina,
it kind of comes in waves.
Stacy Caldwell has started a new Monday tradition.
Not a fun thing to be doing, but it's necessary.
For 1 hour, she has to sit in a chair while a drug called Taxol drips into her veins.
It'll go into my blood so that it can attack the cancer cells.
She has done this for the past 9 weeks. But before chemotherapy, her life looked much different. Stacy was a seemingly healthy, active, and successful 34-year-old woman with an affinity for pickleball and a thriving career at General Mills.
Being diagnosed was a complete shock. I didn't have any symptoms really other than a lump on my right breast that just started growing.
She says she noticed the lump in May and decided to get it checked later in the summer. The official diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer came on August 5th.
It's the HER2 positive, which is fast and aggressive, and those seem to affect younger women too, I've noticed.
In the weeks since her diagnosis, she's made a point to not let her cancer define her. She had a head-shaving party with family and friends, and while sporting a new wig, she danced the night away at a recent gala to raise money for metastatic breast cancer research.
Try to live as normally as I can, not just sitting back and letting the treatment and what this is doing to take me over, but really, getting out there and still doing the things that I love.
Stacy says she's still processing the weight of this news, but she thought it was important to speak out about her condition.
For me, it's turning pain into purpose. I really want to help other people through this because I had no idea of metastatic breast cancer, the severity of it, how it can affect younger women.
She created a Caring Bridge page where she posts frequent updates on her journey, the good and the bad.
The unfortunate thing is you really don't know the cause of how this has happened, and that's going to be a question I think everyone's going to wonder.
Back at mHealth Fairview, she's halfway through an 18-week treatment program. Today, she's joined by her dad, who flew up from New Mexico.
Nice not to feel alone going through treatment and to have someone, whether it's family or friends, by my side.
While it would be easy to get down on herself, that's not the life she wants to live.
I've faced a few challenges in life, and this is just another challenge.
In Edina, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
Stacy says the one message she'd like to share is if you notice something is off, go to the doctor and get it checked. In New Hope, a grand opening for a place that trains workers that are in high demand.
2, 3.
Linez Welding Training School offers 12 to 16-week courses that prepare students to enter the workforce as a welder. Officials say it's a job where there's a huge need.
Demand for welders right now is really high. I think the average age of a welder is about 57 years old right now, so there's a lot of predicted attrition, turnover going to be happening with a lot of welders exiting the workforce.
We work them pretty hard. It's an 8-hour day. We spend maybe 45 minutes in the classroom learning some theory, weld symbols, blueprint reading, things like that. And then the rest of the time is spent out here in the shop.
Linez is located off Winnetka Avenue in New Hope. In the era of digital streaming, there's still a demand for older, physical forms of media. This weekend in Business Matters, Kevin Miller takes us to a place in New Hope that keeps the world of hi-fi stereos alive.
So we've got lots of parts and testing equipment here. Turntable that we just worked on. We took 2 turntables and made 1 good turntable.
Music is an elemental part of life for Sean Smith.
Music has always been a part of me, like it's in my blood. You just can't shake it.
Its influence is everywhere in his New Hope store.
Tinkering with music and electronics is probably in my genes. So new arrivals here.
Nicknamed Smitty,
Soft rock, country.
he's the owner of Twin City Smitty's Vintage Audio.
Music has driven a lot of decisions in my life, especially to open this business. This is our speaker room.
In his shop,
So there's a bunch of floor speakers.
they fix and sell the stereo equipment you might remember from your grandparents' house.
I guess what's old is new. So, like I said, the baby boomers are getting rid of this really cool gear. Old receivers and cabinet speakers and turntables. And the 20 and 30-year-olds are getting back into it, or getting into it. Got a couple really cool stereos set up.
The vintage equipment game makes up about half of his business.
Sony system with a linear turntable.
The other half
Jimi Hendrix.
is record sales.
This room here is the classic rock vinyl room. This is where most people start when they come to the shop to start to dig through the crates.
Many of his customers are dedicated record collectors.
Collection-wise, you can tell a lot about a person by their collection. So they are coming in and they're saying to the world, this is the music that I love. This is my collection. And they have friends over, family. They show off their collection to people.
For them, the spinning records and vintage speaker cones make this a place of refuge and a spot to unwind.
It really is like music therapy for a lot of guys.
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
You can find the business near Medicine Lake Road and Louisiana Avenue.
It's playoff time in girls tennis. The Maple Grove girls are headed to the state Class AA team tournament. And in this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Jay Wilcox profiles one of the senior leaders for the Crimson, Maddie Larsen.
It's been a special season for Maple Grove senior Maddie Larsen and her Crimson tennis teammates. Maple Grove's rated 4th in Class AA. They won the Northwest Suburban Conference title. And they beat Wayzata to earn the Section 5 team title Wednesday.
Oh yeah, it's been great. This year we have probably arguably the best team we've ever had as a program, and just being a part of it is great. I love my teammates, and we all show up to practice every day and push each other.
Yeah, we've built the last 4 or 5 years. We've had, I think this year is the best team I've coached at Maple Grove in 16 years. Which is saying a lot because we've had some pretty good teams over the years.
Maddie's in her 6th varsity season and plays #1 singles for the Crimson. She's not the only Larsen to make a key contribution to the team. Younger sister Amelia, or Millie as she is known, is a freshman playing mainly first doubles. It's interesting having a little sister on the team.
Now she's been a part of the team for so long, I'm used to it. At first it wasn't my favorite thing, but we get along well. We're very competitive with each other. So it's fun having her around. She's always there when I need a hitting partner and kind of force her into that.
It's pretty fun. It's a little upsetting. It's our last, we got 3 years together, which is nice, but she's just a big inspiration. There's some fun competitive rivalry going on between who can beat who. It's always her, but yeah, it's fun playing with her.
Say, is she to the point where she can beat you occasionally?
No, never. I will not let that happen.
Left-hander Maddie's improved her game with a lot of hard work. That includes some summer training at the famed IMG Academy in Florida.
My dad actually trained there when he was in college for a little bit of time, so we had a little bit of family connection down there. And the past 3 summers now, I've went down for 3 weeks and trained down there. The facilities are super nice and the weather is amazing. I've made a lot of friends down there, and I think that's super cool because now I have tennis friends from all over the world.
While she is ranked in the top 10 in singles, Larsen will play doubles in individual section and hopefully state play. Once again teaming with Summer Odie. That duo took 4th at state last season.
It was a hard decision because I always planned that my senior year I'd play singles and just see what happens. But at the end of the day, I just think doubles is going to be more fun. And no matter what happens, Summer's one of my best friends, and I think we're going to have a really good time. The competition will be tough. It always is. We have a chance to go pretty far in the tournament.
Maddie Larsen's planning to play college tennis next year and has looked into mostly Division II and III programs and a few D1. She also hopes to study pre-med, which will factor into the college choice of this talented, hard-working student athlete.
A very hard degree to pursue, but I don't know, that's kind of what I've wanted to do since I was little, and I don't know if I'll end up sticking with that, but I'm going to try it out, and I want to be a dermatologist. I think that it'll take a lot of school, but I can get there, and I don't like to back down when things get tough.
For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm Jay Wilcox.
Maddie Larsen and Summer Odie are the top seeds for this coming week's Section 5AA doubles tournament, while Millie Larsen and Char Bakke are the number 2 seed. So it could be an all Maple Grove and all Larsen section final. That tournament is Monday and Tuesday at Inner City Tennis Center in South Minneapolis. As for the state tournament, Maple Grove will play in the quarterfinals Tuesday, October 22nd at Baseline Tennis Center at the University of Minnesota. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.